Special guest in the house tonight, the lovely Empress Nakeeba.
Yeah, bless the love.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to hold that mic a little bit closer.
Yeah, man, can't do that.
Okay, you
bless
good
the
now.
love.
Okay, so King Lion Caribbean Showcase, special guest in the house tonight, reggae royalty, and she goes by the name of Nakeeba. I'll let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit about herself before we get into this interview.
Bless the love and greetings, everybody in the King Lion Caribbean Showcase. My name is Nakeeba Amaniyea, and I am definitely honored and blessed and privileged to be here. I'm also the daughter of reggae pioneer, an amazing artist, educator, activist, loving mother, Sister Carol, who's also been featured on the King Lion Caribbean Showcase.
Yes, definitely a friend to the room.
Yeah.
Once again, I just want the listeners to key in on what she just said. I introduced her as reggae royalty. This is the daughter of the legendary Sister Carol, friend to the room, friend to the program. Okay, now we just went through 2 songs to introduce you. The first one being Roots Rasta.
Yeah.
And the second one, Spiritual Love. Let's start with the second one first because coming from a legendary background,
Right.
you seem to have crossed genres with that one. The track, once again entitled Spiritual Love, featured Capadonna.
It's a Capadonna featuring Nakeeba Amaniyea.
Okay, sorry
Brother
about that.
named Amar Divine School.
Capadonna featuring Nakeeba, and that's Capadonna from the legendary Wu-Tang Clan, the hip-hop group.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start with that track. How did that come about?
First of all, really big shout out to Capadonna and all the Wu-Tang family. Mad love and mad respect to them. I performed at a show here in Brooklyn, and after the show I was approached by somebody from Wu-Tang management, and they arranged for me to be featured on 2 songs on Capadonna's Hook Off album. So I'm actually featured on the song Feed My Folks, which was the lead single of the album, as well as Spiritual Love. Yeah, so.
Okay, I need the listeners to go check out that album on iTunes.
Yeah, the Hook Off album. The whole concept behind the album was Cap said he got tired of all these hooks in hip hop, so it would be a whole album with no hooks, so it's Hook Off.
Okay, beautiful concept.
And then, you know, people that are familiar with Nakeeba Amaniyea know that I infuse reggae, hip hop, R&B, jazz, soul, all of that in my artistry.
We gonna get into what makes Nakeeba the artist that she is.
Yeah, man.
But not finished with this introduction as yet.
Absolutely.
The first track DJ Rich played was entitled Roots Rasta.
Yeah.
Of course, you being a Rastafarian.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that track as well.
Roots Rasta is pretty much a song that encapsulates how I was raised in Rastafari, and then my embracing of it as an adult. My mother and my father always taught me, big up Dino, my father, always taught me to cite things for myself. And growing up, I had a lot of questions. I was skeptical, and then I was allowed to be raised in an environment that really reinforced me to question and seek answers to my question. So I studied all kinds of religions, all kinds of spiritual-based foundations. So with the delivery of that song was just kind of ode to the way I was raised, and a reinvigorating anthem for the community to rally around.
Okay, this is gonna get real interesting now because being the fact that I interviewed your mother earlier this year, she gave us basically the concept of her family, and I believe it's been a while. We've done a lot of interviews since then, but I believe she said to me she raised her kids in a business-minded sense from day one. She said to me that family is a business.
It is.
That it was profound when she said that, so it stuck with me.
Right.
You being one of her daughters, how many kids
It's 4 of us.
4, okay.
Big up Jamal, Jawara, and Candace. Anywhere to that, love y'all.
Okay.
With my everything.
Okay, so you were raised in a family of performing artists. Your mother, once again, the legendary Sister Carol.
Yeah.
At what age did you start pursuing your career as a musical artist?
All right, well, I'm gonna back up a little bit because the family being a business was indicative in everything. So every show my mother had, my brother and sister were dancing on stage with her while I was selling merchandise, singing backup, running back and forth, making sure everybody had drinks, had food. So it was a business. Any event that was happening, it was an opportunity for the family to rally around and support. And then everybody knows my father has been my mother's management for many years and held her down. So it was always entrenched in everything that we did. And then for me personally, I started to pursue music in my teens when her drummer at the time, Noel Alfonso, he has Noni Music, he approached me and told me that he wanted to build a girls group around me. Hip hop kind of R&B reggae group, and we would go down to Don Juan Studios and be in there banging it out. And that was right before I went to college, so that's when I really started.
Okay, apart from your mother being a recording artist, I know she's very heavily into sound system.
Yeah.
She has the sound, Eastman sound.
Cinder Block. Eastman. Okay. Eastman was when we was over here in Westbury Court.
The new sound.
Yeah, no, son of Cinder Block.
Okay.
Cinder Block.
Now, as the daughter of an artist with a sound system as well, right, did you get any formal training? We call it formal training, but normally it's toasting on sound system. That's the traditional way we know artists.
Well, I was raised in that environment.
So did you perform on Eastman?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, definitely. Right on in Flatbush 2121 Westbury Court. Everybody from Scan Success to Barrington Levy to my godfather Brigadier Jerry. Everybody came through there. That's where you had to come through. Shine Ed. So while I'm doing my homework at the table, everybody is there. So that's the environment I was raised in. And then we got a chance to be on the sound too and do our little thing. So, it was the cultivation of what's happening right now. Definitely.
Okay, so the very start of your career, you started out toasting on the sound system as a hobby, it would seem. But then once Noel linked you and formed that girl group, is that when you actually started your recording career, going into the group?
Yes. For myself, I've always been a writer. Always wrote poetry, wrote raps, rhymes, wrote my own reggae songs. All different kinds of songs. So that's when I had to look at it from a different lens and take it real seriously from a personal perspective.
Okay, and once again, coming up in a reggae influenced family, how did the hip hop influence? I know you're growing up in Brooklyn, so of course hip hop is in your face. How did you bring that into your music? How did you use your influence growing up in Flatbush and created that hip hop sound that you infused into your music?
A lot of people don't really know this, but my mother has a lot of hip hop songs. More than your typical reggae artist. She's done songs with KRS-One. She's done her own hip hop songs. She's always done the crossing of the genres.
She didn't even tell us that when she came.
Check that out when you get the chance. She got a song on the Heal the World project. That's fire. She is my primary influence in that. She's always crossed the genre. She's always talked about the music in those genres being cousins, hip hop actually coming out of reggae, and them influencing each other. So it is important that I honor that in me as my birthright, as well as something that is a part of how I was raised in this environment.
Okay, so with the group that Noel put together, how many of you were in there?
It was about 4 of us.
Okay. Different genres of music?
Different genres of music. We did a remake of the song Wacho Me Jacket Thing. So that that was one of our first ventures that we did. And we didn't really stay together too long. Certain people wasn't really serious with it. And
okay, so your experience from being in that all-female quartet, what did it do to help your career moving forward after the group broke up?
It taught me that the next time I do this, I'm gonna do it on a serious level, and I'm gonna do it with like-minded people that really have a similar vision. Because I think even though some people are well-intentioned, if you don't have the same vision or you're not on a similar path, things can go awry. And I'm really blessed that I've had that experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apologize. Okay. So you moved away from the group. You started your solo career.
Right.
What were the first steps that you took in pursuing a solo career? What were you still working with Noel as a solo artist at that time?
Not at that time. I went away to college. I've done some recording there. I got heavy into poetry and slam poetry and that whole scene, spoken word. And then still did my music, but I wanted to make sure that when I did it, I had the platform that I needed, and I had the words that I wanted to say. At that time in hip hop, it was all about Kim and Foxy, and although they were doing their thing, those images at that time didn't really speak to me. And then Lauryn Hill emerges, and the versatility of other artists that kind of looked like what I was familiar with, or the things that resonated with me, started to really build up the energy and the vibrancy in me to pursue it again.
Okay, so would you say that Lauryn Hill is another one of your influences?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. One of my greatest influences, Lauryn.
Okay, you alluded to the fact that this is stuff that for artists who just came out of a group.
Right.
This is stuff that you can pursue and do on your own without actually requiring anyone else's help.
Absolutely.
So in that time frame that you said you went away to college, did you build up a catalog of music that when you got into the studio, you were ready to record?
I did a lot of collaborations and features. I think that I had veered away from what I wanted to do as a solo artist and trying to still find my voice. I went to college, then I went to grad school, got my master's, and at that time I was working in the NBA. I was working for the NBA for about 4 years. And then I moved to California. I was working at BET. Like, I did a lot of different things, while still honing my voice and my sound.
Now your mother, she pursued an acting career and still does.
Yes.
Have you ever delved into acting yourself?
Yeah, I've been in a few a few productions. Nothing on the level, actually, that absolutely not on the level at magnitude as my mother as yet. But definitely I've been in a few things.
How old were you when you first saw your mother on the screen doing acting?
6.
Okay. What effect did that have on you, knowing that your mother was an artist, a recording artist? What effect did it have on you seeing that she can also cross over and do acting?
I mean, it's life-changing, you know. You hear them talking about it, your parents, but then to actually go to the movies and see it, and then the first time she was in the movie Something Wild. She's in the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, and then she actually closes the movie out. So usually when the credits go up, people leave. But everybody always talks about when they watch that movie, they can't leave because she's performing her version of that song, Wild Thing. You know, and it's a definitely captivating image for me. It still stays with me to this day because you never think that.
Okay, so at 6 years old,
yeah.
you already were aware that your mom was a recording artist, but you got a chance to go to the movies and see her on the big screen. So I know that had a profound effect on you at a young age.
Yeah.
From everything that you've said to me so far, from pursuing your master's.
Yeah, I have 2 master's degrees.
From your past employment opportunities, BET. You said something else that was huge
Yeah,
again.
I worked for the NBA.
The NBA.
Worked with BT.
You seem to, so far in your young career, have showed improved a lot.
Oh, good thanks, man.
With that being said, DJ Rich, Nakeeba has a track entitled Show Improve. Let's get the listeners in gear with her music.
Well, I just want to say a little something about Show Improve.
Okay, we gonna let you
oh, you gonna let okay.
you wanna tell us a little bit about the track?
Introduce it.
Yeah.
You wanna introduce the track?
Show Improve is a song I'm looking to release as the next single off my upcoming album. It's a song that I really love, and I hope you guys love it too.
Okay, you gotta save some nuggets about that song for after the listeners get a chance to hear it. TGM Radio, King Lion Caribbean Showcase, PowerReggae.com, DJ Rich. Easy. We're gonna have a little bit of time for that verse right there. Song entitled Show Improve off the upcoming project.
Right.
Now I'm gonna give you a chance to start talking about that project since we heard that beautiful track off of it. I like the vibe to that track. First and foremost, the producer. Who produced that track for you?
Sister Carol.
Nice.
All in the family.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is that the lead single off of the album coming?
Nah, the lead single of the album is Roots Rasta.
Okay, which we played earlier.
Yeah.
But this is another bomb off of the album.
Yeah.
Is the album fully produced as yet? Is it finished? The product is ready for release?
Yes.
Okay.
We just have, album thing go
mixed down something here there. Okay, what is the name of the project?
The album is untitled as of yet. I've been playing with a few different concepts and ideas, but as soon as that is exact and actualized and factualized, I will definitely let King Lion Caribbean Showcase.
Okay, because we waiting on the entire project.
Got you.
What is the feel of the project? We've heard 2 songs off of the project so far, Roots Rasta and Show Improve.
The feel is a reggae, roots and culture, hip hop, R&B, soul project. It's gonna encompass all the aspects of me as an artist, and in the writing and in the production of it, it's going to kind of detail and chronicle my experience as a woman.
Okay, for someone who is delved into other genres such as hip hop and stuff, I wouldn't ever expect you to have such a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Yes. Can I get a little acapella of that Show Improve again?
Okay.
Right now, just a little piece.
No question, this love is overdue. Ooh, trust me, King, I'm ready. Show and prove, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, now we have some more music off of the album to play. We're gonna get into that in a minute, but you said that your mother produced the Show Improve track. How much did you work with your mother on this project?
On the project, I didn't work with my mother a lot on the project, but when we worked together, it was it was good. We have a natural chemistry, a natural vibe. My mother's an excellent producer. She, as a lot of people know that have worked with her and have, know that her sound system, she has she's very attentive to detail and sound. And she was raised in Studio One and with Mr. Cox, and like she hears, she have a style what she calls fractal, like it fractal I feel move, like that's how, she actually has a song on that rhythm too, which is a pretty good song.
I'd like to hear that song too.
I'll
have to hit her up later on.
Yeah.
See if I can get that track for my personal
Yeah,
Hard Drive.
she's a really good producer. I executive produced the project, but when she did send me a rhythm, listen to that rhythm, you know, see what you think.
How many rhythms did she produce on the album? For?
2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.
So she appears on 2 productions on the album, but she also appears as a performer on the album as well.
Yes.
Okay. Is that something you reached out and asked her for, or did it just come about because you guys were working together in the studio?
I was working with one of the songs she's featured on is called Judgment. I was working with the producer and say, you know what, since when I saw good on this, and I'm like, well, you know, I had to play it for her, see what she, you know, if she feel like it's her vibe. And then she did it, and we did it, and it's fire. And then.
So is she on 1 track on
She's
the album?
on 2 tracks.
Yes. Okay.
But these aren't the tracks that she produced. So she's on it. She's on it. And then the second track is one of the tracks I'm gonna play tonight called My Jamaica. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what is it like working with someone who raised you as a parent?
You know, my mother and father really give me or allow a lot of autonomy, because I guess they just trust me in what I'm doing and how I do it, and how I'm going to produce something. They know that when I do something, it's going to be done to the best of my ability. I pretty much did the whole album, and then I played it for them, and they were like, "What do you do this?" You know, like they were kind of surprised and shocked at the work that I produced on my own, and they kind of just come in and fill in and help out.
What was that feeling when you first played the album for them?
I was proud. I felt good because I felt like if anyone else, if no one else ever heard it, at least my parents
did Mumi did the frocktail when she was listening?
Yeah, man. She loves that song, Show and Prove, and another song I got called My Love. She loves those songs.
Okay, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna get into another track off of the upcoming album.
Yes.
This one features Sister Carol.
Yeah, man.
Just talking about it. So let's hear how that final sound came out.
Yeah.
When you guys went into the studio together. DJ Rich.
Yeah, man.
TGM Radio.
Listen, love.
King Line Caribbean Showcase. Whoa.
Give thanks, man.
Whoa.
You like that one there?
Yeah. I could definitely see what we've spoken about so far, the influences, your background, the way you grow. It definitely came across on that track just
Absolutely.
now.
That track is titled My Jamaica, and it is it's just about what I saw growing up. Like, a lot of people don't know about my father getting a $150 in his face, my brother getting stabbed, like different things. When we were living here in Brooklyn, we moved to Queens, we moved to Southside Jamaica, Queens, where, you know, 50, Nikki,
I heard Sean Bell mention a track.
Sean Bell, that was right around the corner from,
It's beautiful that the track is named My Jamaica, and you're speaking of your experiences, but you're able to bring New York and what we're going through, the struggle.
Jamaica, that Jamaica and this Jamaica,
yes.
You know?
Yes.
Come on, one thing come on to the next thing, so yeah, definitely.
Okay. For a minute I had to ask DJ Rich to play back because I really couldn't tell the difference between mother and daughter.
Really?
Yeah, because mommy's flowing on the hook too.
Jamaica. Yeah.
Once again,
thanks.
Track entitled My Jamaica.
Yeah. That's a really biographical track, and then on my mother's verse, she's talking about her experience in her Jamaica.
Yes.
So it's kind of one of those tracks you could get on and speak about your Jamaica.
Nakeeba featuring Sister Carol. That's on the upcoming project, untitled as of now, but it's going to be released in 2016.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, for the listeners who are getting in tune with your music, if they want to reach out to you and get more work as of now, on the social media platforms, there are many ways for artists to expand their brand and reach out to their fans and let them know what you're doing.
Right.
Where can your fans find you on social media?
Well, I'm definitely on Facebook, and Nakeeba Amaniyea artist page. Definitely, you know, like my page and be able to...
We're gonna do this so the listeners could follow along and find you on Facebook.
Absolutely.
The name Nakeeba.
Nakeeba Amaniyea, that's Nakeeba Amaniyiea. Those are actually my names. So Nakeeba Amaniyea on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram. I am Nakeeba Roots, NakeebaRoots. Twitter and Instagram, Nakeeba Roots, and I'm also on Reverb Nation. And, you know.
One of my favorite platforms on social media is where I could actually hear music.
Right.
SoundCloud. Are you on SoundCloud?
I am on SoundCloud, but we took down the SoundCloud, and we're gonna be re-releasing some new sounds, possibly a mixtape to bring out the sounds and the listeners and the viewers before the actual album hits.
Beautiful. As far as visuals, do you have a YouTube channel that listeners can go to?
I do have a YouTube channel. It's Nakeeba Amaniyea again. They're featured is a video for Roots Rasta. The videos that I did with Capadonna, Feed My Folks and Spiritual Love.
Okay, so you could go on YouTube now. You could go to Nakeeba's page. You can check out her songs from the upcoming project, Rasta Roots. You could also find projects she was featured on from the legendary Wu-Tang Clan, Capadonna's project. What else you have in store for the listeners until this album drops?
We're just gonna be doing a lot more appearances. I took a hiatus for a while, you know, expanded my family, I had some youths. So, you know.
Shout out to the kids.
Yeah, shout out to the kids and the fam. And I just took that time to reflect and delve deeper into my artistry. And I want to reinvigorate the base around the work that I'm doing. I'm also an educator, and I'm also...
You said that just like your mother when she was here.
Yeah.
You said that was her exact words when she was here. I'm an educator.
Yeah, and I'm an educator. Teacher is one thing, but an educator is a different thing.
Beautiful.
And I'm very active in the community and active around certain issues and topics, so I give thanks for that. Yeah, so definitely look out for more interactivity with Nakeeba Amaniyea and the music that I have and the artistry that I want to present to the people.
Okay, now, are there any upcoming performances within the tri-state area that the listeners could come out and check you out?
Yeah, but I can't say for certain right now, but definitely things are in the works. I'll be communicating with you guys for the information, because I want people
I got a joint that you could pass through and show some love. Upcoming April 30th, Zion Rose Urge Strong in All Nations. I want all the listeners, everybody, all our fans to come out and support Zion Rose. She's flying in Black Chariot from Trinidad. Whole heap of special guests. And we hope to see you there as well. I'm saying, I'll take the mic and give it to you. I'll give you the mic in a heartbeat to do your thing. Okay. We have one more track off of the upcoming album that I want to play, but we're going to play that as an outro for the listeners tonight.
Okay.
For now, I want to give the listeners a little bit something extra. We got a little something that we do when the artists touch the studio. We run that track and let you perform live. So now this is your time to shine. Once again, Nakeeba. I don't got that.
Amaniyea, we got it. That's my middle name, Amaniyea.
Okay, talented artist. Look out for the project coming up in 2016. It's still untitled, but it's coming. You can check her out on YouTube. Check out that Roots Rasta video. And stay in tune. Talented artist, educator, mom.
All of it.
Actress. She's just doing it all. Multi-talented. I can't call you a singer, a multi-talented artist. Multifaceted.
Give thanks.
Okay, DJ Rich, run that rhythm and let her show them the skills that come from this legendary family.
Give thanks most high, with Rastafari, opposition cannot hold us down. Give thanks most high, Rastafari, blessing you with word, power and sound. I suffering so long on this journey, trying to make our way out. Babylon keep their whips and chains upon me, the empress conquer them with no doubt. Stand up, you mighty race, time to face and control your destiny, and recognize Rastafari always eternity. Yeah, say stand up, you mighty race, it's time to face and control your destiny, and recognize Rastafari for eternity. Yeah. Get up and stand up, Rasta you pull up, make sure you hold it down. I say get up and stand up, make sure you man up, woman up, and make sure you lift up your crown. Lift up your crown. Yes, I. Yeah, man. Let's see that. They over make it and so strong. No matter opposition, fit the right from wrong. And this your composition is a dedication. Said only you alone can rebuild the nation. Said only you alone. A solid foundation without the backbone. From the mother earth zone, isolating all crows, whether with chromosomes, protecting the chromosomes. Come up with your missile lies in the BS they advertise. The work be compromised by the ski they plot and divide. Conquer divide is what they after. Next and brightest chapter, superseding the capture. Prior to their supposed rapture, womb bleeds, sprout seed. Supply his every need, the closest thing to the creator, red to roll up. Just leave Babylon with straight deceive. Trap your mind if you believe, but to the mother of the earth they must conceive. Please believe to the rescue. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Give thanks, y'all.
PowerReggae.com.
Give thanks.
April 30th, All Nations Club. Zion Rose Urge Strong. Come out and celebrate that with the King Lion family.
Blessed love, I give
Once
thanks,
again,
y'all.
it was a pleasure. The Empress Nakeeba, talented, legendary songbird, rapper, multi-talented, multifaceted artist. It was definitely a pleasure. King Lion Caribbean Showcase, stay tuned. We have more special guests in the house tonight for you.
Thanks for the platform too, y'all. Definitely appreciate it. More love and more life your way.
Nakeeba,
yep.
Before we tune out, is anybody you want to send a shout out to?
I want to shout out my mother, my father, my family, my extended family, everybody that has been absolutely supportive of me, what I'm doing. I just want to send a very special shout out to y'all. I tell y'all I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, and I'm not gonna let y'all down, you know, definitely.
Okay, we're gonna tune out with another exclusive track off of the upcoming entitled album.
Yeah.
Look out for that album 2016. This song is entitled The Cost of Liberty.
Cost of Liberty.
Before we tune out, tell us a little bit about this track before DJ Rich squeaks.
Cost of Liberty is very relevant to what's happening right now. There are multiple atrocities being committed in our community, against our community. True. And the song is just pretty much asking you, is your freedom free? You know, can you tell me what it cost you?